How you doing, man?
How you doing, Rich? Thanks for having me on.
Good, good. What can I do for you, bro?
So I'll use my forum post as a kind of a reference here.
Okay.
So I'm 28, going on 29. I'll be 29 in February. This is the whole dating thing is the one part of my life that I really just never put focus on. I've been really career focused for most of my adult life, and that's paid off. Like from a bank standpoint, I'm fine. I probably make about 500,000 this year. Should be doing closer to 1 million next year. The business developing really well. Now, looks wise, I'm not a very tall guy, 5'6". I'm kind of a skinny nerd, and that's always just been who I am. I dress in collared shirts, and I like Dungeons and Dragons. I'll just go ahead and admit to that right there.
Okay.
Uh, but I lift, I do jujitsu. I actually had a pretty extensive martial arts career from 12 to 22 ish. So a 10-year martial arts career before, and now I'm in my late 20s. We have a really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu school down here in Nashville, Renzo Gracie, Nashville. So I've been training there with those guys. Avid hiker. I do a lot of hiking with my dog. I was just throwing her toy because she's over here and she wants to play. She's a 1-year-old Rottweiler puppy. But I have those two things down.
Okay.
The whole concept of game, though, that's my weakest area. I don't fully understand this concept, Rich, and I'm the type of guy who I some people think I'm autistic. I can't understand simple things. Like if you need me to assemble furniture, I can't do it. I will screw it up every single time. I have a 5-piece desk upstairs that's still screwed up because I never bothered to go back and fix it.
What do you do
Now,
for a living?
I was just about to say, I do a tax strategy consultant here in the United States. Do some really advanced stuff. I have some really good colleagues that help me learn faster than I think a lot of people do. So I work with a lot of seven-figure earners, some under that as well, but I'm really starting to pursue the bigger numbers. And that leads to my point. Complex things are very easy for me. So like I write these complex tax plans using multiple corporations, and I add trust to the equation. I'll layer all these loopholes on top of it. I know how to do all that stuff.
So you're asking me to make women complex for you. Okay, so we can do that. So what's not working for you?
Well, okay, so here's what I want to know is what specific actions, now that I have some context here, what specific actions can I take every week to build kind of a pipeline of potential plates? That's really what I want to do right now, Rich, because I haven't done this very much.
What are you doing to introduce women into your life right now?
I don't know how to take step one. That's my problem. Like I can't get to square one. If
Do
I
you
could get
do you
past square
talk
one,
to pretty girls? Do you have a dating app on your phone that you're swiping
I
on?
have a dating app. I think for me, unless I figured out some way to make it a really attractive profile, it's just not worth my time even sitting on the toilet. I play with it a little bit, but the matches I get, they're not anywhere near what I'm interested in. I'd rather just crack through the social anxiety I grew up with and attack it head on with like cold approach. Nashville, I live in Franklin. Nashville is the bachelorette capital of the world. There's
Okay,
more women who want men to approach them here than anywhere else. So there's no excuse for me not to do it.
so first of all, you're in the 1%, right?
Yes, I am.
So Moff and a few of the others are organizing a meetup close to you in
Oh,
February. I assume you're going.
yeah, he literally mentioned on the forums. He was the one who told me to come on here.
Okay.
So
Make sure you go. Make sure you
definitely,
go so that you can see these guys do it in real life, right?
yeah,
Because they've been doing it for a while. They're good at it.
it should be a good.
Like you've got to get on the ice if you want to score a goal, right?
Right.
So let me make this complex for you. You put on all your gear, you get your skates, you're sharp, you throw in your stick and everything else in your bag, and you put it all on, you get on the ice. And then you start warming up and you're doing what you're doing. And you start taking some shots on the net. And at some point, one of them's going to get in, right? You're not even playing the game, right? You got to get on the ice and you got to start playing the game, you know? That means that you're going to have to make some cold approaches. You're going to have to talk to some women that that you're attracted to. You're going to have to start swiping on the apps. You're going to need to optimize your social profile so that you get good results using dating apps because most guys will just take a couple of bathroom selfies or some shitty photographs that showed up somewhere on somebody else's phone. They'll put
Right.
it on a dating app, and then they got nothing to roll with. Jaron has a great example. So if you follow Jaron on Instagram, he has a great optimized Instagram for providing social proof for the kind of life that he leads. You want to be interesting. Like I talked last week about being captivating, and that's one of the biggest areas that a lot of guys miss. You said that you're in accounting?
We can call it, yeah, like I'm an accountant by trade, but I really focus on tax strategy, which you can,
Right.
there's layers.
So
I'm not going to bore you with the details.
yeah, so don't tell women that you're an accountant or that you deal with like tax strategies or something like that.
Okay.
We'll come up with something else for you, in a moment. But like the thing is that you've got it. Like you can do anything to women except bore them, right?
Right. And I feel
So,
like that's part of my problem, Rich. Like I hear you say that a lot, and I
yeah.
just maybe I'm more interesting than I give myself credit for. I don't see like I have this
Well, I'm
problem.
sure you're interesting to yourself, to your friends, to the D&D crew, to the jujitsu, like all that stuff. You know, the guys at the office.
Business people like me, I think I get way too much credit. I don't know what I do to earn it, but
Okay.
there's people who very much respect me who are very accomplished men. So clearly there's
So
something meritable about me.
follow Jaron on Instagram. So that's his handle right there. You know, Jaron Scott. See what he's doing because that's an ideal format, right? You're going to have to take some pictures, right? Like you're going to have to signal to the world that I'm interesting and I do cool stuff. So whether you're at the dojo, you're competing, you're away with the guys from the office doing a learning event or a speaking event, whatever it is that you're doing, maybe there's somebody interesting there. Like you've got to show them that you're going to invite them into something that's interesting. Most guys don't even think about doing that, right? That's just one layer of the cake. You know, like
And to your point, Rich, I've been working the Instagram a little more. I mostly just photos of nature and my dog and shit like that. But I'm sure
boring,
whatever you see on
boring.
Jaren's profile is going to give me some good ideas.
Yeah,
I feel
boring.
like if I build up an Instagram that's worth looking at, that might give me a leg up in the dating apps because a lot of them connect to it.
It doesn't hurt. It only helps because that's where women's minds operate, and you want to be intimate with women. You want to have a good time. You want to be spoiled for choice, right? So you're just going to open yourself up to more opportunities. And it's not like you're creating this to get the girls. This is your online resume. This is your footprint online, showing people, not just the chicks, but showing people that Daniel S is an interesting guy, right? So tell that story, right? Like it's storytelling. Okay. You want to get great photography. You're going to have to hire a photographer. You're going to have to, get a couple of outfits going on. Are you in shape right now? Your face looks like it's a little bit heavy with some weight.
A little bit. I think I've slacked a little bit in the last couple of weeks because of the holidays, but it's gradually improving. It's something that I worked on all year and just
Yeah.
had a lot of mental barriers to break through. And now it's like, okay, I'm consistently doing the resistance training, consistently going to jiu-jitsu, getting out hiking more. I had an issue with my foot that was preventing me from hiking, which is my
Right.
form of exercise. I got that fixed.
What do you weigh, Dan?
What do I weigh? I don't even know right now. Last I was on the scale, I was at jiu-jitsu. My stepped on, it was like 210.
Yeah, you can't manage what you're not measuring, and 210 at 5'6" is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm 215
Not
and
thrilled with
I'm
how I look. Like my shoulders are getting wider as I'm building the muscle, but the
no, no,
look.
but I can tell on your face that you're overweight, right? Like I'm 215 and I'm just under 6'3", right? So you're carrying a lot more weight and you don't look like you're like a bodybuilder like muscle, so you got to lower the weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure if you read my book.
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Yes.
All right, so what do I say in that about the online dating? I mean, if you're short, then you have to look smacks in every other area.
Right. I'm like, I know that I'm not optimized in that area yet. It's just something that gradually gets better. So as I'm working that, I'm looking for, okay, how can I kind of get the ice broken here? So as I get more and more into the best version of myself, I've already got the process. I'm just getting better and
You
better.
want to get some wins, Dan, is what you want. Like you want to get some wins with women. And if you're like, rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the best version of yourself. Like, where are you right now?
I'm at an 8.
You think so?
With where I am in business, where I am mentally, I'm very much up there. If the
What about
body
in the looks department?
in the looks, just straight looks,
Because, I mean, you're overweight, right?
like by a hair. And I'm not saying that to flatter
No.
myself. I'm saying it because like I came from like my gut sticking out like significantly.
No,
Where
no. Dude. Stop. You need to take an honest assessment of your sexual market value. And if you're 210 at 5'6", you're overweight.
Mhm.
Okay? Like, you need to get down around a buck 60.
$160 at 5'6".
Yeah. My famous friend, my old roommate's about 5'5", Pocket Hercules. He was about 145, 150 pounds. He was ripped, right? Like if you can get down to about a buck, 170, 160, you're in better shape than 210. Like 210, you're fat, right?
Mhm.
If you're short, you've got to have everything else lined up out of the way, because a lot of women will dismiss you immediately because of height, especially on a dating app. If they sense that you're not tall enough, they won't even give you the time of day. You could be making $1 million a year, and if they're not down with it, it's like, no, the guy's too small. They'd rather date an $80,000 a year 6'2" teacher.
It's that much of a big deal because I've heard this go back and forth with different guys on this channel, and it sounds
You
like
can't be short and fat, dude. Like if you're short, you have to look the part. You have to be dialed in.
Like you have to be solid VTAPE, but there's no like wiggle room at all with that whatsoever, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Right. There's no, hey, just like me for who I am. I'm a nice guy, I make lots of money, and I'm dope at
No.
D&D, and I hike
No,
well
I'm
with an
more
awesome
worried about
dog.
like the
Yeah.
D&D thing is just a way for me to express how geeky I really am. I haven't played it in years, but my lifestyle is very much, I'm kind of adventure-y, outdoorsy. I like to
Yeah.
freaking explore shit. It's not that interesting. I'm not a nightlife guy. I'm not a bar guy. I'm not in that kind of
What do you do
general.
for fun?
We do for fun. Again, a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Like I'll do a lot of hiking because I moved to this area in the last year. I've spent a lot of time this year just exploring it, going to
Yeah.
different towns, going to different places, visiting different trails, different landmarks, hanging out with different like kind of groups around different Jeep groups. I got into Jeeps,
Cool,
different
cool.
groups,
So,
stuff like
so
that.
okay, so here's how you get women interested in you. It's like, you have to invite them in to do something, that's like fascinating, because women typically don't have a lot going on in the world. Like they literally love going on, adventures with guys. You got a boat, you got a fast car, you got a Jeep, you got a Jeep. So it's like, hey, you know what? My Jeep's all decked out. We're going to go do an off-road thing. Let's pack something for lunch. Ask her to pack something for lunch, if she's in your frame, sort of thing. And then just take off for a few hours, right? Like this is after the first sniff test. Like after you have a coffee or a drink with her and you make sure
Right.
she's not psycho, and you're not going to take her for a
See
3-hour
myself
drive
doing
and she
that,
tries to kill you.
I can see myself doing stuff like that because I do a lot of off road, even with the street tires. I'm going to throw a bunch of mods on it next
Yeah, yeah,
year.
yeah.
Getting to that sniff test, I can't even get to that part. Like I don't even know step one. If I can get
Well,
past step one, I can kind of get something going.
Well, you have to give her something interesting to want to come out and do the sniff test, right? So if
Yeah.
you're using dating apps, for example, a great photograph would be you with a bunch of guys, like on your Jeeps all together, looking the part, right? Hey, why don't you come out and, hang out with us? Like there's adventurous women that like that. Like there's a lot of chicks that drive Jeeps, right? They don't take them off-roading. They just like drive them because they think they look tough, and they drive them around with their little pink wheels and the wheel cover sort of thing. But if you've got yours done up and that's something that you can do, and you've got it in your dating app and you show it, in your Instagram, then all of a sudden now you've become a little more captivating. You're not just the guy that crunches numbers, right?
Hmm.
So there's a lot of positioning that you got to get out of the way, but most importantly right now, like the thing that's going to make the biggest difference, that's going to help you get over the anxiety, because right now if you're making a lot of cold approaches at 210 pounds fat, you're going to get shot down a lot more than if you're like 160, 170 pounds, looking good.
I guess I had to
So
learn my weight too because I've been deadlifting at like 100 because I was aiming for right around 200 because I thought you would weigh more with the muscle because muscle weighs more than fat does. You lose the fat, you gain the muscle. Theoretically, the weight now I haven't moved that much. That's why I've been going off of look so
keep,
much. My
keep,
shoulders, I used to slouch like a total pear
yeah.
until I started lifting. Then this started to spread out, but the love handles are still receding.
Okay. Stop it, dude.
Yeah.
You're just like blah, blah, blah. Like you're complicating your life and justifying why. Well, I can deadlift this and I can do that. Doesn't matter. Do you have 6-pack abs?
Oh no, not since I was 17.
Keep losing the weight till you get the 6-pack abs. No chick cares what you can deadlift.
Well, no, I mean, I was aiming for a higher weight, is what I'm saying. So I need to start aiming lower on the weight and just do it more frequently.
Yeah, well, like unless you want to impress dudes, with your deadlifts, then you're not going to be around chicks that
Well,
often.
no, I'm just
Let's be
saying, like
honest.
I was aiming for 200 pounds. Like now I need to set the bar way the hell lower. That's part of my problem too. Because
Buck
I thought, oh, I'm
60,
at
buck
210. I'm
60, buck 70 is a lot better than 210.
okay.
Yeah. So, and I got to move because I got a lot of people that are waiting to come on. But Moff will be on after the show with his after show. So hop on that if you can and chop it up with him and Jaron a little bit, or on the community. Did you make a post on the community?
Yeah, that forum post is what I was deriving information
I don't
from.
think I've seen it yet. Did I comment on it? Because I don't recognize you.
No,
Okay. Okay. So I'll look for it after and I'll throw some comments in for you. But yeah, you got some work to do, which is totally fine. Like the first step in unplugging is becoming aware of your own bullshit. The second step is becoming aware of all the bullshit that's around you right now. And you're not even at the first step because you're bullshitting yourself saying that, I should be putting on more weight or 210 pounds is fine for 5'6". It's not. I'm telling you right now, that's bullshit.
I
That
didn't
is
know that until now. So now that I know that, immediately it's shifted my mindset. Like, oh
yeah,
shit,
yeah. So
aiming way the fuck too low. I got to raise the bar on this. I'm
yeah.
not.
So that's the link there for Moff Stereo Show. He'll be on after this show, so you just download the app. It's on Android and iOS. You guys can chop it up. It's kind of like a podcast, like conversation sort of thing. But I'll take a look for your post and I'll give you some more feedback. But that right now is going to be the most important thing because You start making a lot of cold approaches, you know, the way that you look right now, you're going to get discouraged, right? Like you might get some interest, but you'll get a lot more interest if you look the part, right?
I'm
I'd
gonna
also
go.
get clothes that fit you too, Daniel. Like you know, like the baggy, you know, like heavyweight 210, like power
Oh,
lifter. Yeah,
it's this is tailor made. It's just unbuttoned. That's all.
yeah, like no, but it's got to look a lot better. Like if I like, I'll put on a, fitted shirt. I just ordered some from Maxwell's a couple of months ago. They're supposed to be here this week, so I'll put one on for another show just to show you what a proper fitted shirt's supposed to look like. You'll see the physique, right? Like you'll see the upper chest, you'll see the taper come in, you'll see it over your shoulders and your arms. That's what a nice shirt looks like, right? So a proper fitted shirt doesn't cost a lot of money, but right now it's because you're overweight. It doesn't look very good.
Okay. And I have some good ones. I know exactly what you mean. The pair sticks out. All right. I'll riff with Moff after this, but thank you, Rich. I appreciate
All
you.
right, bro. Thanks. All right.